G'day everyone, welcome back to another video. Now in this video we're going to be looking at Sussan Ley, the leader of the Liberal Party, and Pauline Hanson, the leader of One Nation. And I'm going to compare the two to show you how the Liberal Party is now, in my belief, trying to mimic One Nation, because you can see Australians have had enough. They're speaking up and they want change. So now Sussan is trying to get more Australian votes by doing this mimicking of Pauline Hanson. So let's check it out. I'll show you two clips, one of her, one of Pauline Hanson, and you can see the similarities.
Members of Parliament are calling this a shit show. We're talking about anti-Semitism and radical Islamic extremism and the rise of ISIS and the response of our counter-terrorism agencies. This is what led to the Bondi attack. This is the cause and the circumstances of the rise, the hideous scourge of anti-Semitism that is travelling across this country, in our institutions, in our places of worship, and it has to be tackled. And that's our test for the bill. It's exactly what our test should be on behalf of ordinary Australians. When Labor's own...
So you can see there, she's come out there, she's saying the words like Islamic extremists, which Albo would be terrified to say, and she's calling it out for what it is. It's these people doing it, and it needs to be challenged. This bill that Albo is trying to bring in is a shit show. So there you go. And look, let's just see what else she has to say.
Members of Parliament are calling this a shit show, their words, and a shambles on the front page of today's papers. That tells you all you need to know about how this bill is totally not fit for purpose.
So there you go. Sussan Ley's coming out there. She's calling out Albo. And it's funny because Albo was doing a speech just the other day saying, I don't know what Sussan's policies are. I don't know what Sussan thinks of this bill. She hasn't come out and made a strong position. Well, there's her strong position. She's pretty much calling it a shit show, saying we need to crack down on Islamic extremism and stick up for normal Australians. Sounds like One Nation to me. The only difference is Pauline Hanson has always said this, where Sussan's just now creeping into this territory to stick up for Australians. So is it an act? Is it real? Or is it just a show for the Australian people to try and get more votes? But anyway, Albo would be shitting himself anyway with her speaking like this against what he has let into our country. So let's see what Pauline Hanson has to say about this. So this is a clip here of Pauline Hanson and how she speaks. Have a listen to the similarities on this speech she's just done here.
Now we are in danger of being swamped by Muslims who bear a culture and ideology that is incompatible with our own. If you are not prepared to become Australian and give this country your undivided loyalty, obey our laws, respect our culture and way of life, then I suggest you go back where you came from. Islam sees itself as a theocracy. Islam does not believe in democracy, freedom of speech, freedom of the press, or freedom of assembly. It does not separate religion and politics. It is partly a religion, but much more than that. It has a political agenda that goes far outside the realm of religion. It regulates Muslims' social and domestic life, their legal system and politics, their total life. Muslims are imprisoned at almost 3 times the average rate. The rate of unemployed and public dependency is 2 to 3 times greater than the national average. Muslims are prominent in organised crime with associated violence and drug dealing. Antisocial behaviour is rampant, fuelled by hyper-masculine and misogynist culture. Therefore, I call for stopping further Muslim immigration and banning the burqa, as they have done in many countries around the world.
There we go. She was pretty much saying there that these radical Islamists with Sharia law, they want that involved in the government, involved in our political system, and we do not want that in our country. We cannot have that in our country. She's calling it out more direct than Sussan, much more direct, as you can see. That clip is a bit cut up there, but obviously she's speaking about radical Islam and Sharia law. If you know what Sharia law is, it's the law they want to push in through their religion into the government and control everyone, make women not be able to speak, wear burqas, and just all these horrible dictatorship type ways that we do not want in our country. But as you can see there, they're both speaking up. They're both speaking up against these radicals now. Albo is staying silent on it and still blaming the far right for some reason. But these two are very aligned now in a lot of our views. So it's different to see, it's a very different Australia that's coming up, because the Australians, like us, are speaking up against this, and we want the government held accountable, and we want change. That's why One Nation is killing it in the polls. And in my opinion, that's why Sussan is starting to mimic what One Nation has been saying for so long, because she wants the votes and she wants to, pretend she sticks up for Australia. She may well. We will see. Will she keep speaking up? Let's hope so. Anyway, I'm happy for them, even if it is a show, to be pointing these things out, because the Australian public finally need to see it. So make sure you keep subscribing, liking these videos, commenting down below to boost this message for Australia. Thank you so much to all the support on the live streams as well recently that I've just started. I'm going to keep doing them more. Thank you so much to all the members who have joined. You'll see these videos early, so thank you so much for the extra support. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Keep supporting Australia, and let's be proud to be Australian.